Good morning. I have a big day ahead of me. But when you're in this sort of position, every day is kind of a big day. And there's a little bit of nerves in my stomach. I'm kind of afraid, to be honest with you. But that's okay. It's kind of a good feeling. So let's begin. All right, it is the morning that is busy. And so the first thing I'm going to do is go to a coffee shop and write, because no matter what I'm going through in my life, I'm going to spend time in the morning writing. And then after that, I have a job interview, so it's extremely positive. And then we'll go from there. So I'll probably sit in this coffee shop and enjoy my calm morning, go to the job interview, and then check back in on a bike. All right, the job interviews seemed to go fairly well. And I was going to ride my bike. I don't have a car right now, so I was going to ride my bike and do a nice little aesthetic transition. But I didn't do that, so that's fine. And the short of where I'm at right now is I'm 29, I'm actively unemployed, I don't have a car, I am essentially homeless, and I'm trying to figure this thing out. In the bed that I was in this morning, I have one friend who has allowed me to sleep in his apartment for the time being while I try to get back on my feet. But no matter how that plays out, his lease runs out in 4 months and he's not re-signing it. So I've got about 4 months to save up enough money for a down payment on an apartment and work enough hours so that I make enough money per month to qualify for the apartment. And the hopefully I do get that job today, but regardless, it's not enough hours to qualify for an apartment because I don't have qualifying credit. I don't have good credit. And so I need to make $2,000 for this specific apartment, and that'll be a down payment. And then my monthly income needs to be 2.5 times the amount of rent, and the job that I interviewed for would not allow that to happen. So it's a step in the right direction, but it's not there yet. And it's interesting because I came out into this forest yesterday. I record podcasts, and I recorded a podcast right here. And I've been living in my van, and I just moved back here. And I didn't know how I was going to record a podcast because I didn't have a chair or anything, so I thought I might have to sit on the ground. And I would have done that, but there was a chair out here. Somebody just left a chair out here, one random chair. And when things like that happen, it kind of makes me believe that I'm somehow headed in the right direction. But the whole thing is kind of funny because externally my life just keeps getting worse, and I wake up every morning and I'm like, how is this real? How is this really my life? But internally I actually keep feeling better. I feel like I'm growing closer to God, and I feel like I'm growing closer to knowing myself, and somehow things keep working out. Again, externally it does keep getting worse, but somehow things keep working out. And because I was living in a van for the past almost 2 years, year and a half, so many things occurred where I wasn't literally about to not be able to live anymore, but it was kind of like narrowly escaping death. And this circumstance that I'm in is even more bleak. So I thought, well, let me let me begin to record this journey. Because I know there's a lot of people in this same exact situation, or slightly better situation, or even a worse situation. And probably the best feeling when you're at rock bottom, you don't want to look at other people and see them in a bad spot. But when you're in a bad spot, it comforts you to know that there are people like you with the same struggles that you have. And even when it gets really dark, somehow things do work out. So I guess that's what I'm doing here. And also, it's very uncertain. I'm in a lot of uncertainty right now, and it's not that I want to be preoccupied. It is kind of that as well. But I want to do something that I enjoy. I enjoy creating videos. So in the midst of the adversity, in the midst of these hard times that I'm going through, although I'm afraid, although there's fear within me, I thought, well, all right, I might as well record it. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how this is going to turn out. But let me record myself trying to figure out this predicament. And maybe it could be of benefit to other people. Right. So that's where we're at right now. I'm walking in a forest to cleanse my mind, to do a little bit of a nature cleanse. And soon I will go back to my friend's apartment and I will make vegetables and ground beef. I have a little bit of money because I sold my car, the vehicle I was living in. And so I'm going to use those funds to very sparingly to make it through and make ground beef and vegetables. If you can trust yourself while all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or be lied about and don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can make one heap of all of your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose, and never breathe a word of your loss and start again at the beginnings, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And what's even more, you'll be a man, my son. And that's a poem by Rudyard Kipling, and I'll leave you with that. That's all that I have. Good night.